Good morning, y'all. I'm looking at our exponents and scientific notation mazes that we had as our activity, and I was going to kind of do a few pieces of each one of the mazes with you. So maze number 1 was over our exponent rules, and if I start where it says to start, I rewrote the problem. You'll notice that they have the X there as the multiplication symbol. Typically, we don't use that. Now that we're in 8th grade, we use a dot or we use parentheses. So I just wrote the dot to make it a little bit easier. So let's work through this problem together. So the first thing I see here is that I need to deal with this power to a power. So I'm going to end up having a to the, remember those two are multiplied, and I'm going to get -9th, okay? Then over here, I've got to simplify this. I'm going to have a to the 3rd over a to the 4th. Well, I subtract those exponents, which is going to give me a to the -1. Now, we talked about how we can't have negative exponents in our numerator. Okay, so what I'm going to do first, though, is I'm going to go ahead and take care of these have the same base. So my base stays the same, and I add my exponents. So a to the -9th and a to the -1st is going to be a to the -10th. All right, now since I can't have negative exponents, remember what did we do? We flipped it. If it was in the numerator, we put it in the denominator and made it positive. So that means on this particular problem, I am going to the right, all right? So I will then get to this problem that says a to the 20th over a to the 8th. Excuse me while I'm trying to write and hold my camera. Squared, all right? So let's take care of this one, and this one's a little bit different, so I'm glad you get to see two different types. So before I do my division, which we know is going to be subtraction, all right, I've got to take care of my denominator, which is going to be a to the, I have an 8 and a 2, that's going to end up being to the 16th, because remember, I multiply those. Now, for this, now I've got my division. Remember, we have our term mads, PM. For multiplying, we add, dividing, we subtract. If it's parentheses, we multiply them. All right, so this is division, which means I'm going to subtract and get a to the 20 minus 16 is 4. So that means for that particular one, I'm kind of going down and to the left. All right, hopefully that at least gets you started with this maze. I'll post another video for the scientific notation one.